My call to order the pre-commission meeting is 6 o'clock. This is the first time I've done this, so I guess I'll just try to always with these now. I'm just going to go to Ms. Agnew.
Okay, great. Well, before we get started on the agenda, I want to make sure that everybody's had the opportunity to meet Carolyn Howard. Carolyn, if you stand up and let everybody get a good look. Hi. Tell us a little bit about what you've been up to for the past week.
What I've been up to. Finding out how to get from my house downtown. This is always fun. McDonald's and a wonderful office in the visitor center downtown, and we're really into Wonderland Up.
Lights.
Okay. That didn't sound real.
But we excited about it.
Okay, Gloria, you're ahead. Anyway, I've been in Belmont for 23 years, and for a lot of wonderful reasons. I wanted to come here, and here I am. So thank you to Lisa and everyone that's made me feel so welcome here. Thank you. Glad to be here.
Thank you very much. And just for information, we're going to ask Carolyn to present a report at the first meeting in August. Kind of an update, planning Wonderland, other things that she has going on. So
Santa's coming.
I love it.
okay, so the first thing that we have is items listed on the city commission agenda and any emergency items. Does anybody have any emergency items? Okay, going through the agenda, the first thing that we have is a presentation by Ray Associates, who is the firm that we contracted with to do a compensation study. Is she downstairs?
I did not see her downstairs.
They're traveling from Boston, so they did indicate to Sherilyn today that the presentation is going to be about 45 minutes. So, yes, and will be, it'll follow presentations from the phone. So I wanted to prepare y'all for that and let you know what to anticipate. Then she's going to be looking to you for guidance on a couple of items that are on the agenda. One is what cities that you want to include in the survey, and the other is a philosophy is where you want to see the city of Marshall fall as far as compensation. You want to be on the high end, the low end, in the middle. Sherilyn and I have had a couple of conference calls with her. She indicates that the vast majority of cities that she deals with set the middle range as the target. Wasn't
The median.
So anyway, but that'll be items that she'll be looking for y'all to give her some guidance as she begins the process.
Would it be a very good if we did not act tonight on this specific item? Is it going to hold her up?
I asked Sherilyn today to get in touch with her, and my understanding is that if we wait, there's a possibility that it won't, but it could delay a November delivery to an early December delivery. So it could have a couple of weeks impact. Nothing extremely substantial, but anyway, that's kind of where we are on that. Does anybody have any questions about the consent agenda? We have 2 second readings of ordinances. There are no new information on either. So unless y'all have something, we can move through that. We have a resolution to consider the approval of an update, to authorize City of Marshall representatives at tech school, and that's because we now have Elaine on board as the finance director. We need to add her to that list. So the 3 authorized representatives are Elaine, Debbie Manuel, the finance manager, and myself.
I have a question. Can you give us the meaning of that text? What does it do?
It's a municipal investment pool. That's where we hold a significant portion of the city's cash resources. Basically where we keep our money now is either with our depository bank, Texas Bank and Trust. We have CD investments with them, and then the rest of our money we transfer to, and they hold in Texas for our benefits. So it's kind of like our other bank.
Individual interest.
Yes, yes. Okay, and we have, the approval of purchasing 7 new vehicles for the police department. The financing for those, y'all previously approved, with moving forward with that. We know that we've got to provide for that in the budget. That was one of the things we talked about in the first budget workshop. So this is just the recommendation for the financing. Elaine, would you like to give them an update?
We had 2 bids on the financing, one from JP Morgan Chase, one from Texas Bank and Trust. Both bids were comparable. The Texas Bank and Trust was 0.5% lower, and the fees associated with the loan were $1,400 less. So that's what I'm recommending we go with.
Any questions? Okay, the next item is consider approval of a contract for architectural services for a Marshall Public Library renovation project. Jeff?
Yes, we're going to be using Mark Thacker Associates, and Mark used to be with another company that we've used for years and years called Sinclair and Wright. That company had dissolved, they retired, most of their partners retired, Mark stayed in the business, and we'll be using him. We have a fixed fee of $30,000 for the library.
Do you want to kind of give them an update about what he told you as far as the time it takes to get the plans?
Absolutely. Once we, if we approve this tonight, he'll do a steel work tomorrow morning. Then we'll have about 60 days that he'll draw for us. And then we'll set our schedule to shut down the library, and we're looking at about a 90-day repair or renovation.
So we're hopeful end of December, but it's going to be.
That's what we're hoping for that, yes.
The next item is discussion of and consideration of an interlocal agreement with Harrison County for jail services. We contracted with Harrison County back in 2010, I believe, and they've been providing that service. We received notice of termination of the agreement on July 14th. The original agreement that we had, and Todd was involved in the negotiations, so Todd, if I'm misspeaking, correctly. The original agreement provided for a $40 a day charge for housing of the inmates, but it also provided that on the day of discharge there was no charge. Okay, the new contract basically provides for $40 a day, but it includes the day of discharge. So you're tacking on 1 day for each inmate. The other thing that they're tacking on to day 1 is a $28 admin fee. Okay, so instead of paying $40 the first day, you're paying $68. And then on the day that they're discharged, you're paying $40 that we have not been paying in the past.
Is that per inmate?
From Class C.
Correct, yes.
Class C?
Not everybody that they take that looks like jail. Class C is what we handle in city court, traffic, plain assault, public good.
Okay, so if it's not Class C, what, is there a different fee?
There is no fee.
No, that's
No fee?
By statute, they have a fee.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is the same that we've been paid. It'll be cover the same population.
Same way, it just a little more money.
Right.
A lot more money.
As you see, the numbers are like 430 for 2015. Obviously, there's a lot more arrests that are made by the police department. That's just the ones that fall into that Class C.
Class C.
the police department went through and basically got with Michael West, municipal court, and he does a good job of, managing that, inmates and when they're released and things like that. But we are looking at, an increase in the service. Last year, the monthly billings that we received from Harrison County were just over 26,000. If you took the same arrest and applied it to the new contract, I think it would increase it about $29,000.
Increase it, it would go up another 29,000.
Oh, wow, so
Quite
an increase.
Now, for some reason, here we go. They applied the same they went back to 2014, and I thought that number was in your Michael, that number, that's not exactly. I think it would have, we had about $35,000 in jail charges. And I think it wouldn't have impacted it quite as much. I think the change would have been about 34,000. So it is gonna, you're looking at basically doubling, what we're paying, is what it's looking like. So, I would like, Todd, is there anything else that you need to speak to as far as the contract is concerned?
I think it's basically the same other than changing up those fees, adding on to it. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same. And we've always accepted liability of our inmates. Our Class C inmates tears up the jails, stuff like that. We already had built into the contract. Medical also, because typically we would release somebody who had a medical problem on a Class C. So those are in there, but those aren't really, I wouldn't say we've never had a charge for something like that, but it would be very rare. The contract pretty much says it was. They had threatened other things, but when they actually gave it to us, it's pretty much as it was before, with it being a lot more expensive.
And then, Eddie, if you could go over, you've looked at some different alternatives, but, kind of maybe let them know what that would involve if we did some.
Right. We made contact with Gregg County, Marion County, and Upshur County to see about outsourcing, contracting with them for our inmates, to take our inmates. Gregg County offered to accept inmates at $40 day of, and the day of release. The only difference would be the $28 charge. Along with that, we'd be responsible for transporting them from Marshall to Gregg, and the only way they would accept the contract is that we have to guarantee that when they were released, we have to go pick them up and bring them back to Marshall. They don't want them. And on top of that, we figure in a perfect world scenario, it would take us 30 minutes to get there, 30 minutes to process, 30 minutes to get back. So that's, you're taking an officer off the field, for an hour and 30 minutes, and that's in a perfect world. If the person's sick or whatever, we got to go to the hospital and do all this. On top of that, our city judge would be required to go down there and listen to the hearing. So the cost, it just skyrocketed. So Marion County agreed to do the same thing, 40 and 40, but they also said that they don't have any room, so they won't. That's what they would charge, but they're not going to negotiate it. We have it here from Upshur County, and that's pretty much where we are. That's what we did. So I guess we're kind of where we are.
Sounds like it'll be cheaper just.
Well, it would be cheaper just to stay here.
Even with all $30,000 a month extra, then that would.
Well, yes, because
That's quite a bit.
Well, if you think about it, you're gonna have to tack on wear and tear on the vehicle, transporting to Gregg County and back. So you're actually, for one detainee, you're gonna have to make 4 trips to Gregg County, 1 trip to Gregg County, one back, to pick them up and stuff. So that's wear and tear on the vehicle. Not to mention the officer. The officer is a pretty expensive piece of, resource to tie it up for that long. So in reality, I think if we went to the Gregg County, we would be paying a lot more.
And God forbid we have an accident.
Right. And then we at any given day we might have 4, 5, 6 officers. If you got 2 arrests at 2 different times, and you got to transport 2 different people, not really leaving the city totally uncovered. So it is in the long run. Well, even in the short term, it's still going to be a lot cheaper than contract.
These things are doubling.
And it was a good contract. It was in our favor.
Yeah.
Right, and the other thing is, I did mention we could open up the jail again, and we feel that it should follow the city marshal's office, and that'd be a great idea. But that is very expensive, so that's something I don't think we want to do.
Okay, do y'all have any other questions?
Yes. Okay, they increased our fees. What are they gonna do for us?
I have not received notification today as far as if, I'm not sure if Judge Taylor presented his recommended budget. It's my understanding he was going to, but I have not seen that, so I do not know.
So you don't know if we're gonna get anything more, but an increase in our.
I will check tomorrow after I see, if that, I feel confident since he said he was going to. I was at that meeting on Monday. He indicated he was gonna present it on Thursday. So I'll try to see what I can find out tomorrow. But I just
Okay,
don't know.
I say you don't know yet.
Yes,
I have just a question on the format. Like, would this be our meeting that are we asking the regular questions we would ask? I probably have questions on each one of these agenda items. Are we doing that here? Are we doing that there? Are we just trying to get information? This is just kind of, basically you're going to share this again.
Yeah, I'm a little confused.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should ask the questions.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a funny process, but like do
We're gonna do the same thing again.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
You're gonna do it again.
like, maybe the second time is just way better.
We'll see.
Okay, the next item is to consider designating a member of the city commission to serve as officio member on the board of directors for the Marshall Convention and Visitor Bureau. Their bylaws provide that a member of the commission can serve in that capacity. We have not appointed anybody for this current commission. Doug Lewis contacted me and expressed an interest and willingness to serve, if y'all would like to see him.
That's all do it.
Okay.
I'll be happy to
Thanks for volunteering.
We like that.
I don't think he wants to jump on.
We're fine. All right, good rep.
No, I think it's very good. I also know something like it's very good.
Yes,
I'm excited.
okay, I think you want to show it, anyway.
The next item is approval of a logo and graphic new standards policy. There's been, throughout the years, we've had different logos on different city vehicles and things like that. So, in a means to kind of standardize this so that we're all utilizing the same logo for consistency. We talked about generating this policy. I'd like to thank Wes for helping put this together. We had, we looked at a lot of different ideas and, without committing any funding to develop a new logo, looking at what we had, tossing around some ideas, we didn't find anything that we liked or that stood out to us anymore than the logo that's on the face of the policy and the policy, on the front page of the policy. Our recommendation is to go ahead and approve the policy, proceed with this. Everybody seems to like this. It looks nicer than anything else in our opinion that we have. And then we'll just go forward with all departments knowing anytime they order, vehicles, stationery, letterhead, all of that we want to move to all using the same logo. So that's why that is on here, is just for consistency throughout the organization.
Would this be a logo that we could push down and try to, through our department heads that have ties to other organizations, and push down to those organizations and let them adopt that same kind of logo so that, actually pick on one of Ron's articles the other day, you mentioned the Chamber of Commerce, grabbing these organizations so everybody has a united, is that the way this logo, the usage of it's going to be available to, if the Chamber of Commerce wanted to adopt that logo, or, as part of their logo, or is this just going to be specific to the city?
I think this is designed to be more specific to us.
Okay.
Now, if y'all want to do a different approach, I'm not, but I think this is basically just to make sure that we have continuity throughout our